Hey everyone, it's the one and only magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over my AEW Worlds End 2025 predictions. So, AEW Worlds End, the last pay per view of the year, is this Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday on the 27th. And we got a lot to talk about, especially regarding the world title scene, which we will get to. A certain somebody came back and decided to cash in their casino gauntlet opportunity. So, we'll talk about it when we get there. So, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. And like always, if you like the video, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and all that good stuff. And I think we should go ahead and get into the match card and the predictions. So, this event will be taking place in Chicago, Illinois. So, all right. So, as you guys can see here, there right now, as of this recording, of the time of this recording, there's only 8 matches, which I'm sure that number will be jumped up to 12 or 13. If I miss those matches, oh well. This is how many I'm going to be talking about. And obviously, we're going to go over the results after this show is over. Not immediately, but sometime after World's End has ended. Okay. So, we have at World's End the Continental Classic semifinals and the Continental Classic final for the AEW Continental Championship. So, the first semifinal for the Continental Classic is between Okada versus Takeshita. So, this is kind of puzzling me a little bit because what I thought they were going to do, I thought they were setting up for Okada and Takeshita for the final. But instead, they're facing each other in the semifinal, so that's throwing me for a hell of a loop. Who's moving on to the final? Oh boy. Because both Takeshita and Okada have been they don't like each other very much, but right now they are being forced to be, since both of them are part of the Don Callis family, they have to try to get along, but it's clear that they have tension, and I feel like that tension is going to boil over at World's End. So I could see Takeshita going babyface and turning on the Don Callis family, while Okada would remain the heel. Even though both of them are technically still heels right now, I feel like something's got to give. And here's the great thing about these Continental Classic matches. Nobody can interfere in them, so it's going to be a lot more fair than a normal match, right? So, who am I going to pick to go on to the final? This is a long shot. I'm going to go with Takeshita. I might totally get that wrong and watch it be Okada, but you know what? I'm going to go with my gut. Let's go Takeshita moving on to the final. And let's talk about the second semifinal Continental Classic. We have Kyle Fletcher versus Jon Moxley. I think we're going to get Takeshita versus Kyle Fletcher. Give me Kyle Fletcher over Jon Moxley. Yeah. I just don't see Jon Moxley beating Kyle Fletcher. No way. I don't see it happening. So, give me Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher to be the Continental Classic final for the AEW Continental Championship. And out of that matchup, who do I think would win? Hypothetically, if we get Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, you know what? Go ahead and give me Takeshita to go ahead and win it all. Watch I end up being totally wrong, and watch it end up being Okada and Kyle Fletcher, or Okada and Jon Moxley. I mean, that could happen. But I feel like Jon Moxley losing against Kyle Fletcher is going to open up potentially the Death Riders turning on him. But I don't know. I'm just speaking a lot of hypotheticals. So give me Takeshita to win, and then give me Kyle Fletcher to win for both Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher to meet in the final, and give me Takeshita to go ahead and win the whole thing. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we have a singles match between Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd. Okay, who do I think is going to win this match? I guess I suppose I got to pick somebody, huh? You know what? Give me. I don't know. I feel like Darby Allin is going to get the win here because just this past Wednesday, well, not this past Wednesday, but I mean it's Thursday right now, so literally just this last episode of Dynamite, Darby Allin was cleared, but Gabe Kidd decided to attack him from behind and throw him down these stairs. So I feel like because Gabe Kidd like tried to literally murder Darby Allin by throwing him down these stairs, I feel like Darby Allin is gonna get that lick back and beat him in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, give me Darby Allin. Although they could go with Gabe Kidd, we'll see. Next up, we have a Chicago street fight for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. We have FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler with Stokely defending the tag team championships against Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn with Ace Austin. It's very simple who I'm going to pick. I'm sure it'll be a brutal match. Oh yeah, like FTR and the Bang Bang Gang. That's Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. Oh yeah, they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. Since it's a street fight, oh yeah, expect blood, probably tacks, probably barbed wire, God knows what else, right? Give me FTR to go ahead and win the Chicago street fight and retain, because there's no way they're not gonna do FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage for the tag team championships. I don't see AEW passing on that opportunity. Yeah, those four faced each other, or those two teams rather faced each other before, but the titles, they weren't involved. But going into 2026, they are absolutely going to do that match. They're going to run it back again. This time it's going to be for the titles. Now, in that scenario, I could see one of two scenarios happening. I could see Adam Copeland and Christian Cage winning the tag team championships at least once before both of them hang it up, or I could see FTR get that win back only for the babyface Young Bucks beating FTR. I personally like the idea of Adam Copeland and Christian Cage beating them again way better than I do a Young Bucks babyface team. Like saying the Young Bucks and babyface team in the same sentence, it doesn't sit right with me, but they are currently babyfaces as we speak. Oh god. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, give me FTR to go ahead and win and retain. Next up, we have ourselves another tag team match, except this one is for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. We have the Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, and Willow Nightingale, the first ever women's AEW Tag Team Champions, defending against the Belt Collector, Mercedes Moné, and Athena. Who do I think is going to win this? In my opinion, who should win this match? I think Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale should absolutely win this match and retain. Abso-freaking-lutely. But who do I think is going to win? I think Mercedes Moné and Athena is probably going to win. Only because, and again, I might be totally wrong on this pick, and I've been absolutely wrong on these picks in the past. This could be another one. The reason that I think Mercedes Moné and Athena is going to win is because lately, Mercedes Moné, she's been dropping a couple of those championships that nobody knows the name of. Like more recently, she dropped two championships to what's her name? I forgot her name. Hold on, it'll come back to me in a second. Mercedes Moné dropped those two championship belts to Alex Windsor. That's who I was trying to think of. She dropped two of those championship belts to Alex Windsor on Collision not too long ago. And then Mercedes Moné lost the Ring of Honor Women's TV title to, was it Red Velvet? Velvet Red? Oh, crap. I can't remember her name. She's part of Ring of Honor. Even though Mercedes Moné originally beat Velvet Red for the title, Velvet Red actually ended up beating her to get the title back from Mercedes Moné. So I think Tony Khan is like, Tony Khan took Mercedes Moné when she got backstage and said, Mercedes, me and you need to have a talk. It's okay, sweetie. I know you've lost a couple of titles, but don't you worry. I'm going to have you beat Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, and you're going to get another title. So don't cry too long. Oh, God. So I hope I'm wrong on this pick, but yeah, give me Mercedes Moné and Athena. Although they could set up potentially Athena maybe turning on Mercedes Moné because she wants to go after that TBS championship that Mercedes Moné still has. That could be a possible route, but I could see the route of Tony Khan saying, I just want to talk to you, Mercedes. I know you're crying about losing a couple of your 1 million championships that you currently have, but it's okay, don't cry. I'm going to give you and award you and hand you the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships, but you gotta wait till this Saturday. So, and that probably just made her cheer right on up. I see that being more likely. Anyway, we're going to move on. We don't have many more matches. We've been breezing through these. Next up, a match that I am looking forward to. We have a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. You have the Women's World Champion, Kris Statlander, my personal favorite, somebody who I would want to be my mommy. Woo! Kris Statlander, baby. She is defending against Jamie Hayter. Who do I think is going to win this match? Okay, so kind of let me give you the details, the short rundown of why this match is happening. So, Jamie Hayter was and still is having issues with the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Tekla. And Kris Statlander has come out there to save, to help her fight them off. And so both Kris Statlander and Jamie Hayter agreed, you know what? We don't really see eye to eye, but you know what? We'll team up to take out the Triangle of Madness. And Kris Statlander is like, after we take care of business against the Triangle of Madness, she's like, you know what? I will give you a title shot, Jamie Hayter. And they beat them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And that's how this match came to be. And after Jamie Hayter had a match more recently, this is when the Triangle of Madness came out there. They were beating her down. So Kris Statlander, even despite she was already going to give Jamie Hayter the title match, Kris Statlander still comes out there to save her hide, Jamie Hayter's hide. And then Jamie Hayter, she lines up to hit the Haterade on Tekla, I believe it was, and supposedly she missed and she hit Kris Statlander, but if you go back and look at that moment, it looks like she was it looked like she was aiming for Tekla, but then she decided to change direction and actually hit Kris Statlander on purpose, because like after she hits her, you can see it on not Kris Statlander, but Jamie Hayter's, you can see the look on Jamie Hayter's face, like she saw what she did and she did her shoulders like, oh well, I did what I did. So that makes me think she did that shit on purpose. Now, ever since my mommy, Kris Statlander, won the AEW Women's World Championship, man, Kris Statlander, like Tony Storm said that one time, my God, what a woman. Yes, what a woman indeed. She is the type of woman that wants to make you drop to your knees and to thank God that you are a man. Okay, anyway, let's get serious. Who do I think is going to win? Who am I picking? I've picked ever since Chris Statlander won the Women's World Championship. Every time I've picked Chris Statlander to win and retain, and it's not going to change here. Absolutely, I'm picking my mommy, Chris Statlander, to win and retain. Could they give it to Jamie Hayter? I mean, there's the chance. I mean, it's not impossible that they give it to Jamie Hayter, but to me, I I don't know. I don't feel confident picking Jamie Hayter. I don't. I don't know. This build, it's not really convincing me that yeah, Jamie Hayter, she's not made it believable that yeah, she can beat Chris Statlander. I don't know. Maybe they end up going with Jamie Hayter, but of course I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the fine Chris Statlander to win and retain. All right, main event time. We're going to talk about the main event. Okay, so let me give you a rundown. So this world championship match was originally going to be a triple threat match between Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. They brought the contract out there and all three of them signed it, and it was confirmed to be a triple threat match, but a certain individual, MJF, decides to make his return, and thus he decides to cash in his Casino Gauntlet Guaranteed Championship match at World's End. So now it's a fatal four-way match for the AEW World Championship, with Samoa Joe defending against Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, and now MJF. And oh my goodness, no matter what you think about MJF, yeah, he is a major asshole, but man, he's so good on that microphone. The way he was roasting Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and especially Swerve Strickland. Oh my god. Oh god. Now MJF is not my favorite, but I got him. He's very talented in the ring, and he is so good on that microphone. Absolutely. Oh god, the way he started with Hangman Adam Page, he said, "Hey, see Biscuit, how's it going?" Like, because he's got the the whole Hangman thing, and how like when his entrance comes up on the Titan, he's got the horses and all of that. So that's where the Sea Biscuit thing comes in. And what did he? I forget what he said to Samoa Joe, but oh god, when he was tearing into Swerve Strickland, woo wee, he was savage as fuck. He was woo wee. He was comparing Swerve Strickland to P. Diddy. Yes, like telling them there, I know someone out there that's like you that's got the chains and too much baby oil. When he said the too much baby oil thing, I was like, yeah, okay, I see who this bastard's talking about, even before he said who it was. So, do I think Samoa Joe is walking out of World's End with the World Championship? No, no. I think we are going to get a new AEW World Champion. In my personal opinion, who I would go with, I would give the title back to Swerve Strickland. I want to see another run with him as the world champion. But since MJF came back, I see them putting the world title back on MJF. So, as much as I would like to see Swerve Strickland win the world title again, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be Samoa Joe. Nah, he won the title and he had one successful title defense against Eddie Kingston. But no, I don't see Samoa Joe walking out as the champion. And we just did Hangman Adam Page. So I think the only choice, because this is going to set up for a potential matchup in 2026, okay? I think business-wise, it would be smart to go ahead and have MJF win the world title. So I am going to go with MJF to go ahead and win the world title for a second time. And when I say this sets up for a potential major match coming into 2026, I could see All In. Is it All In? Yeah, All In, because I was thinking of the other one called All Out. This one in the summer, the one in July, that pay-per-view, All In, assuming it's going to be in July, or they might switch it back to August, I don't know, but it could still be in July. But the All In pay-per-view, this is something I see them doing. The All In pay-per-view coming up in July or August of 2026. I could see MJF still being the world champion for that long, only for them to set up MJF versus Will Ospreay for the world title in the main event of All In. Boom. Book it. I think that's the direction they're heading toward. I'm assuming that's the way they're going to go. If they end up going that route, MJF versus Will Ospreay for the world title main event at All In, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Even though I'd like to see Swerve Strickland win the world title, I think that makes the most sense to go MJF and have him go on all the way till All In and have him, boom, lose to Will Ospreay. And that's, you give Will Ospreay that crowning moment at All In. Because I believe All In is going to go back to London, if I'm not mistaken. So, if that's what they do, if that's the direction that they go in, I can't be mad at that. Because MJF, he's going to bring eyeballs to the product. He absolutely will. He will help out in that department. And plus, he is entertaining, even though he's not my favorite wrestler. I can say this about MJF. He's consistently a great fucking worker, and he's really great on the microphone as well. So yeah, give me MJF to go ahead and win the world title. And that, I think that'll end Samoa Joe's reign. And perhaps Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page throughout the year will have one-on-one matches against MJF and come up short. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think all roads are going to eventually lead to Will Ospreay getting that moment at All In. So there you go. We'll see how the reaction, or not the reactions, rather the results will shake out compared to what I'm predicting. So yeah, I'll have this out soon. I'll probably have this out on Friday. By then there could be a couple more matches added to the card, and I honestly I don't care. I'm just gonna predict what I'm predicting here and then just call it a day, and I'll go over in the results what I missed. So yeah, that is going to be all for this video today. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. And if you're new, welcome on in for the very first time. I'm glad to have your support, and thank you for your time. I am Beak, and I'm going to go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.